Saugata Gupta, Managing Director and CEO at Marico, joining us now. Mr. Gupta, thanks so much for joining us. The high single-digit volume growth in Parachute continues, but Saffola has disappointed this time around, growing only 2%, that too on a flat base. What hurt the brand in Q3?
So I think Saffola has been a problem for us in terms of two things. One is, as we said, primarily the kind of consumers that get attracted to Saffola are gradually using less oil in terms of consumption because they are increasingly adapting a healthy way of life. The second thing what has happened is our rate of innovation in the super premium end has been low, and thirdly I think the Saffola justification for price premium is something which we have to work on. Having said that, I think we are pretty confident that if you look at H2, we should be able to get into 5 to 6% volume growth. Is it a good number? I think still some work in progress, and we hope that we should be able to slowly crawl back into the 8 to 10% over the next couple of quarters. So there is still some work to be done on Saffola. Now we're just addressing the overall volume growth. I just wanted to also say that I think that 5% has also happened because there has been a non-focus part of the coconut oil portfolio, which we compete with some of the local brands and some of the the unbranded players in some of the markets. There was some volatility in copra prices, and therefore that led to some kind of a share loss there. So that is one of the reasons that has contributed to that 5% growth as against the expected 7 to 8%.
Saugata, you're expecting a 15 to 20% cut in copra prices during flush season after already actually seeing a fall of about 20% in the last year. Does that make a case for cutting prices?
I think we will see. I think the question is, as I said, that if it is, we do have a pretty robust pricing model, depending on the point where we would definitely pass on value to the consumer through promotions. A permanent price cut is something which we might think of as long as the price, the input cost reduction is something which is stable.
Right. So in that case, should we expect more margin expansion?
As I said, that our primary objective is to drive volume growth and market share, invest behind new products, and I think that overall we will be happy if we are able to deliver 18% plus operating margin. Even if you don't take a price reduction, permanent price reduction in Parachute, if there is a significant reduction in copra prices, we'll pass on the value to the consumer.
Right. So you've chalked out a plan to expand further in the food segment as well, as we understand. By when can we expect launches and in what categories?
We believe that we should be able to cross the 200 crore mark in food. Some of the things which are showing early signs of, yes, they are premium niche, they are not mass, but I think they are showing reasonable amount of traction. The Cocosol virgin coconut oil portfolio is looking good. We are in the process of launching the gourmet food range Fitify, which includes soups, protein shakes, healthy tea, which is green tea, green coffee, and we are also in the process of launching some other Indian breakfast options. We believe that given the growth of modern trade, e-com, given the consumer trends, and given the success of some of the entrepreneur-driven brands, this has significant opportunity. We will continue to invest behind these brands, get a critical mass, and then look at perhaps some of the mass opportunities in foods.
You have an 8 to 10% overall volume target, but 5 to 7% in Parachute and Saffola, which are your mainstays. How do you see the product mix change going ahead?
I think obviously dependence on the core will come down. It is very critical that the new part of the portfolio continue to grow at a 15 to 20% growth. They are currently delivering at that rate, and I am pretty confident given the pipeline, and we should be able to improve the execution capability as well as the uniqueness of the innovation, that the other part of the portfolio continue to grow. Having said that, I think it's very important that the core continues to grow at a certain rate. The reduction of dependence shouldn't be due to the fact that there is a reduction in volumes.